how to simplify or collect like terms. So we've got a set of terms here, so each one of these is a different term. And what we've basically got to do is try and make this neater and tidier, if you like. That's what we mean by simplifying. And it's literally a sorting exercise. So we want to put all the A's with the other A's and all the B's with the other B's, and we want to know how many of each type we have. Now, one of the easiest ways to help you focus on this is to literally break this list up into parts. And we need to do that by putting a line in front of each of the signs, because these signs belong with what's behind it, not about what's in front. So rather than thinking of that as 3A add 2B, think of that as being a positive 2B, and that's a positive 8A, and that's a positive 4B. Of course, this is also a positive 3A, but we don't normally put a plus on the front of a list like this. So now all we've got to do is collect the numbers together, the types together. Now, what you want to do is you want to do it in alphabetical order and leave the ordinary numbers till last. That's the convention for writing these. So we're going to do the A's first. So we've got 3A plus 8A. So that means we've got 11A. And then we've got 2B plus 4B. So that means we've got 6B. So that's the simplified version of that. So let's do a couple more examples. So we put in these lines so we know where the signs belong. So we've got X and Z here. So X comes before Z. So we'll do X first. So we've got 7X plus 8X, which gives us 15X. And then we've got minus 4Z minus 5Z, which means altogether we've got minus 9Z. If you're not confident with your negative numbers, make sure you've checked out that video that I've done. One more then. So looking at these, it's going to be the A's that come first here. And there's only one term that's got A in it, so we are literally going to have 8A. Next we want the Q's, so we've got 3Q there plus a Q there, so that makes 4Q, because remember that's got an invisible 1, if you like, in front of it. And then finally we're going to do the X's, so we've got minus 4X minus 2X, so altogether we've got minus 6X. Okay. Now we didn't have any in any of these examples, but if there'd been numbers, then they would go on the end. So if I had 9, for example, then I'd write plus 9 or whatever on the end. So alphabetical order and then plain ordinary numbers at the end. So we're now going to look at a slightly different version of this. It's the same strategy, but it's about understanding what are like terms and what are different terms. So I'm going to split this up in the same way. Now, what we've got to understand here is that we've got two different types. I know they've all got X in, but they aren't all the same. Some of them are X squareds and some of them are just X. So although there's a link between them, they are not the same. Just like X and Y aren't the same thing. And so we're going to collect the X squareds with the other X squareds and the X's with the X. And when it comes to laying this out, we do the highest power first and then work down, and again have the ordinary numbers on the end if we've got any. So 2x squared plus 4x squared is 6x squared. Sorry. And then 3x plus 5x is going to give us 8x. So there's our simplified version. So let's do another couple of examples. Right, so this is about y's instead of x's. Doesn't have to be x's. So we're looking for the highest power first. So we've got y squared there, we've got 1 there, and we've got 4 over here. So altogether we've got 5y squared. Now we're going to look at the y ones. So we've got 1 here and 1 here, so altogether we've got 2y. And then we've got a number all on its own here that goes on the end, as I've said before. Okay, so one more example. So can have squares in, it can have multiple combinations of letters here. So the important thing here is that the ABs go with the other ABs, and if there were any, the ADs would go with other ADs. So AB kind of works before AD, so we do those first. So we've got 4AB plus 7AB, so altogether we've got 11AB, and then this is just on its own, so we pop that onto the end. So that's how you simplify or collect like terms.